In the last video, we went over checkmate and a little bit about fool's mate. That was kind of special. So here we're going to be going over the ways to get out of check and checkmate. So let's pretend we're white here, and I know it's annoying that I have to get rid of all the pieces to show you this, but so let's pretend the game has been going along for a while, and you get into a situation where your opponent puts you in check. So if you remember from one of the earlier videos, check is when your opponent comes down and puts your king in threat that it could be captured in the next turn. So your king has to get out of it, and one of the rules is that you have to get your king out of check if he's in check. So I'm gonna put some random pieces around. So then we obviously need a king. We'll put him behind the rook, queen. So let's give our opponent 2 rooks because we need it to put ourselves in check. So let's say both rooks are in front of each other like this. We have a knight, their king, their queen, some pawns. But anyway, I'm going to go over getting out of check. That's what the main goal is here, is to figure out how to get out of check. So let's pretend this is a game that's been going on for a while. Obviously, you're normally not going to win in this game, and it's black's turn. So let's say they come down like this, and you'll see why they did that in a second. So what you could do, let's say you did something random, like you can't move this piece out of the way, but you might want to have, because if they come down and grab this, you want the king to be able to take it back. So might move it down there. It's your turn. So the next thing they do is this. So at first it seems like you can just go and grab that pawn, and that was a stupid move, but actually you're in check right now. Their bishop is checking your king. So they would say check. So let's go over the ways to get out of check. So the first way is called block. There are 3 ways. First way is called block. So I went over this a little bit in the last video, but I wanted to have a complete video to go over how this works. So the first is block. So you would block means you would put a piece in front of the line of check so that they can't get to your king if there's something in the way and it's not check. Just like this, since there's this rook here, your king is not in check. So you should always go with the least valuable piece to block, because if we put the rook there, they're going to take it with the bishop. And even though we're going to take the bishop back, and we can't put the rook there, obviously, because it would put ourselves in check. But let's say it didn't. Let's say they had a pawn here. This wouldn't be good, because a bishop isn't as valuable as a rook. So if they're taking this, they're getting the better end of the deal. You always want to take with something less valuable. So if we put the pawn right up here, so as you see, it was started down here. We're going to move it right up there. So the bishop can't take this because the queen is here, and we'd come up and take their bishop, as well as threatening this piece over here. So that is one way to get out of check. So the second way is called flee. So that's when you move your king to get away from check. It's very simple. So the king can go here. The king can either go here, here, or here to get out of check. If they go here, they're still in check. So the second way is called flee. So let's say you decided you're going to move down. You decide you're going to move up here. I'll go over that if we have time at the end of the video. So that's flee. It's very simple. You move your king to get out of check. So right now we have block and flee. So B, F. And the next thing is to capture. So block, flee, or capture. So let's say we had a bishop, our own bishop, right here. So instead of moving our king or blocking the piece from attacking our king, since we can take it, we can capture the piece. And now nothing's putting us in check. Our king is perfectly safe, and we didn't have to move him at all. So those methods are called block, flee, or switch. And I think of it as BFC, block, flee, or switch. So yeah, and I said earlier in the last video that about this. I was talking about how you can block, flee, or switch. Now, since I did say I was going to go over something, and if we had time in the last video, and the end of this video, and even though it's not the end yet, I kind of want to go over this. So, let's go back to that situation, and let's put our queen all the way over here. Let's put our king right here. Let's say they had another bishop right here, and they had a pawn right here. So, for the time being, our king is not in check. Let's say it's their turn. They move this pawn. Now our king is in check. Now, let's say we didn't have anything to block with. Let's say we didn't have anything to block the piece with. So what can we do? We can't move here because the queen can take it still. The queen is there. We can't move here. The queen is still here, and the bishop is still here. We can't move here. Well, we can move here. This is fine. And we can move here. And we can move here. And we can move here. Now, for some of you who are paying attention very closely to the last few videos might say, okay, the best thing we can do is move here. Because you're defended by your queen and you're safely in the corner. Because if you understood castling, if you know what that is, then it always makes your king end up here. And he is safely now tucked behind usually the pawns. If you don't understand this, it's okay. But sometimes it seems like it's better to have your king in the corner because you're not in the center of the board or anything. And if you were in the center of the board, then the queen can just come over here and check you. Or, let's say you didn't have this pawn, bishop can come over here and check you. If there was a rook over here, the rook can come down, I mean not rook, the knight can come down and check you. So there are so many ways things could come down and check. So it seems like, yeah, center of the board is not that good. But actually, it's not the best idea to move a piece over here. And obviously you can't, you're still in check. But let's say you could. Let's say there's this here, and they were checking you this way. You can move down here, and it's possible. You're allowed to do that. But you might think, oh well, they can try and get this pawn out of this file, and then they can just come down and check me here, or they can just come down and check me like this. But no, actually. It's not good to move into the corner of the board. The reason isn't because something can easily check you. It's because the easiest checkmates are when the pieces are in the corner of the board. So if there was like here, look, that's checkmate. And let's say he was here though. That's not checkmate. He can just move up here. But if he's in the corner, he only has two options. He only has two files. You can use simply two rooks to checkmate him. Actually, it's not checkmate because your queen can come down and take it, but you don't want to lose your queen. That's not worth it. So, yeah, that's actually the end of the video here. I know it was kind of a short one, but if you want to click the subscribe button, I might make more videos on how to play chess for absolute beginners, which is what I'm working on right now at this moment. And playing chess is a very good skill. It's very useful to learn how to play chess, and I encourage it with all my heart to learn how to play chess. It's always the best thing. So, I'll see you in the next video, and this one's getting kind of long actually now at this point. So stay tuned for the next one, because that's coming out soon. And we'll see you later. See ya. Bye.